Saint Bartholomew, remembered 24th of August. St. Bartholomew, or Bartholomew the Apostle, was one of the 12 disciples, and his name appears in several lists of disciples in the Gospels. Aside from this, however, we know nothing else about him from the Bible. A 9th century tradition identified Bartholomew with Nathanael, who, according to John's Gospel, was called with Philip by Jesus. In the Gospels and Acts of the Apostles, Bartholomew's name is always linked with Philip. Upon seeing Nathanael, Jesus said, "Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile." This identification sought to explain how the otherwise unknown Bartholomew could be mentioned in the apostle lists, whilst Nathanael, whose call is explicitly described by John, does not figure in them at all. This would mean that, as Bartholomew is a surname, Bartolome, meaning son of Ptolemy, and Nathanael is a personal name, if this explanation is true, his full name would be Nathanael Bartholomew. There are various and competing legends as to where his ministry went after Pentecost. Initially part of the building of the church in Jerusalem, some traditions have him travelling to preach in India, even taking with him a copy of St. Matthew's Gospel that was revered as a relic into the 2nd century. The Christian church in Azerbaijan honours Bartholomew as their apostle, bringing Christianity to the country. A church stood on the site believed to be close to where he was crucified by unhappy pagans in 71 AD, according to this tradition. The church stood there until 1936, when it was demolished by Soviet authorities as part of their anti-religious activities. The most widely held tradition, however, tells of Bartholomew travelling to Armenia with St. Jude to preach the gospel. Both are held as the apostles to Armenia, which became the first state to officially embrace Christianity in 301. Wherever he travelled, it is held that Bartholomew died a martyr. He is believed to have been skinned alive before being beheaded and thrown into the sea. Many artists have been captivated by this terrible death, and there are many depictions of Bartholomew flayed, holding his own skin. His symbol is usually a flayer's knife with a silver blade and a golden handle. A church dedicated to Bartholomew was built over the old temple of Asclepius, a renowned place of healing in the ancient world, which is how he came to be so closely associated with medicine. Like the physician Luke, Bartholomew has many hospitals named after him, including one of the oldest in London. We know little of Bartholomew, even exactly what his name was. This is the case with a surprising number of the disciples and the vast majority of Christians through history. But even the unknown apostles were still foundation stones and pillars of the church. Whether we know it or not does not matter. Their lives and faith have their greatest testament in that same faith and life's work still being lived and shared centuries later. Bartholomew is largely hidden from us by the centuries, but he was called by God and known fully by his Creator, who, in his great love for Bartholomew and for us, gave him a great work to accomplish, which we still celebrate. His holiness, like all the disciples, was not an introverted contemplation of their status before God. It was a gift that they had to share with others. Wherever he went, in his life and death, Bartholomew planted the seed of the church, which still celebrates him today. St. Bartholomew is remembered on the 24th of August.